I didn't think I would have to make this video today. I never thought it would be like this, but here I am. And so are the background noises of quains. I think by now you might have seen my past video, and I made a terrible bad judgment call on my behalf. Last Friday, I released a video called Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. It was a review video from me, Addison von Drake. You're welcome. And in that video, I said Bill and Ted got into heaven by quoting Whitesnake lyrics. But that just wasn't the case. They did not. And I know that now. I've grown over the weekend. And I know my past mistakes are wrong. What I did last Friday was wrong. They didn't quote Whitesnake. They quoted Poison. But I, on the video, said Whitesnake. And I just let it go through. I just was so quick to upload the video that I didn't bother to double check. Let's see, apology video. Start video with turning camera on, even though I know how editing works. Check. Take a deep breath. Check. State it was a hard video to make. Okay, I did that. Wipe away non-existent tears. Oh, right. Dress up in cozy clothing. Lie and say that, oh yeah, right. But you see, I'm not that kind of person. I'm better than that. I'm better than what you saw last Friday. I quoted the wrong 1980s band, and that's just not me at all. I'm usually good at quoting the correct 1980s band. I know those references. So you gotta believe me when I say I care about the 1980s band and Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. Oh, right. Usually apology videos work when I have some kind of cute creature. So, from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say I am sorry. And I'll probably do it again. That is kind of like me. I would probably do it again and expect it in the future. But this time around, just to keep me out of the fire, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to anyone who saw the Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey review. I'm also sorry to Mr. Beast. In the video I had about him, I was a little harsh. And some of his lovely fans told me that I was harsh. And you know what? I still stand by what I said. He could spend the money on things much better, but you know what? Just because he has that cute caboose. Fine. I'm sorry. I'll never be so mean again. Unless while I'm recording we find out he did something wrong, then I'm totally jumping ship and going right back at him. But for now, I'm sorry. So, we're squared away, right? So I don't have to apologize anymore. And now, I bet you're wondering the other reason why you're here. Well, I'll tell you, boys and girls, especially boys, you want to know about Bill and Ted. Ted Face the Music, huh? You want to know it? Yeah, you want to know that Bill and Ted, huh? You want to know how they face the music? You want to know all about your Bill and Ted 3, don't you? Yeah, you want to know all about it. Well, here I am going to tell you about it, baby. Bill and Ted Face the Music. Well, after purchasing it on Amazon Prime, because the movie theaters out here aren't open. Thank you, but thank God we have all those outdoor restaurants, but we can't have the theater. Probably for the best, but still, it goes against things that I like, so I'm gonna bitch about it anyways. So, Bill and Ted Face the Music. But essentially, it's a movie that was made decades after the last movie, so our heroes have gotten old. Who the hell do they think they are? Barging in on me and my guitar. The movie starts out very hilariously with them at Ted's little brother's wedding to Missy. And the little brother is played by Beck Bennett. Okay, there'll be some spoilers, but if you don't care, I'm gonna try to keep it as minimum as possible. And we learn that Bill and Ted have not really made their great worlds uniting music yet. So basically, the ending of Bill and Ted's bogus journey where they show all those newspaper footages and Missy being married to the villain all mean nothing. I guess they were just gags, but they really meant nothing. But at the same time, it addresses the fact that freaking Death went on to his own solo career. So I don't know what's the truth and what's not. What I also don't understand is, despite the events of the last movie where the villain, Anomalous, took over the airwaves, made threats, and we saw the future happen right on live TV, Ted's dad still doesn't believe that Bill and Ted went to heaven and hell and fought evil robots and time traveled. Was he not paying attention to the previous two movies? It does feature Bill and Ted's two daughters, Thea and Billy. So, yes and no, it kind of makes sense. Like the last movie, we all thought they had boys, but turned out they had girls. But you know what? The girls are actually kind of likable in this film. Usually, I don't like when the kids are grown up acting like the previous stars because it's just like watching a cheap imitation, but they didn't wear on my nerves too much. In fact, the movie did something interesting. I was partially expecting it to be a Bill and Ted being absentee fathers, being completely worthless, and the daughters hate them for it. But no, they were still a happy family. The daughters still loved them, and they're still married to the princesses, once again cast by different women. And they seem functional, except for they are going to couples counseling now, the princesses and Bill and Ted. And they go as pairs, and I actually like this because it addresses something. The first two movies, Bill and Ted were never separated. They were not too long anyways, just brief moments, maybe 2 minutes max. But they were always paired, and that's what's knowing the princesses. You know, the classic case of, oh, everything's all cool when we're first dating, but years later we hate it, so we're gonna try to change you kind of deal. You know, that thing. And it does touch on the fact that Bill and Ted really do not have their own identities individually, and that's why it's hard for each one of them to say that they love their wives without saying we instead of I. Bill and Ted are actually visited by Rufus's daughter, played by Wendy Shaw. Again, I really don't care for the whole replacement thing, even though we miss you, George Carlin, but Wendy Shaw makes me laugh when I watch 30 Rock, so she gets a pass. She takes them to the future and explains to them that the universe is about to implode, and Bill and Ted really need to get on fixing that song. And they combine elements of the first movie and the second movie because they actually try their best to make things happen. See, the first movie inspiration is the fact that the daughters follow Bill and Ted trying to help them out by collecting historic figures throughout time, including Kid Cudi? Yeah, sure, I guess. They're all pretty good interpretations of themselves. Even Kid Cudi knew how to play himself well. Girls try to collect because now they're being enlisted by Wendy Shaw. because Wendy Shaw's helping them out because it turns out that the future council, one of them being Rufus's wife, sends a robot android to assassinate Bill and Ted. Android named Dennis. By the way, he's the same guy who played in Gotham as Victor Zsasz. Huzzahs! But he's a charming character in this one, as he usually is. Robot or Victor Zsasz, come on over. And he accidentally blasts the girls and the historic figures to hell. Whoopsie! To which by then, Bill and Ted, who's been going throughout time and seeing older versions of themselves, trying to steal the song from their other timelines. And they're all fun interpretations of them. And we also get a nice cameo from Dave Grohl. You know Dave Grohl, the guy that looks like Critical. And eventually they send themselves to hell because they find out about their daughters. Oh, and there's another subplot where the princesses are being talked into divorcing Bill and Ted because, you know, and it's introduced by the fact that their, I guess, future selves are trying to take them through time. Here's the thing though, we never actually learn about the future princesses. In fact, at all. I don't even think they have any dialogue. It's just said that they do it, but we don't actually get to know them as the future selves. So everyone is blasted to hell, and Bill and Ted actually calls upon death again to rejoin the band. So now it's a little bit like Blues Brothers 2000, reforming the band. I just don't understand why this time death is in hell. I figured, you know, the idea of death is he's actually a mutual deity between heaven and hell. He's just there to collect souls, but what do I know? I didn't make the movie. Otherwise it would have been an Oscar winner. Anyways, they all go back. But then they realize it's not Bill and Ted that make great music. It's the daughters, Billy and Thea. There is a great moment where Bill and Ted decides to split off into multiple versions of themselves so they can gather all the different entities from time. You know, I gotta say it's quite beautiful at the end because although time and space is being ripped apart, everything stops as the girls start creating music, not for everyone, but with everyone. Everyone is united through song, everyone of time and space. And Jesus is there too, so I guess we are gonna address that Christianity was right. And everyone plays this beautiful song together. It's heartwarming. You got Deacon, you got Missy, you even got Ted's dad. He's helping out now. Everything's fun, and time and space is saved. There was no real antagonist, not a lasting one, just misunderstandings. Now, I would say the only flaw I have with this movie is that everyone's gotten old, and my God, they're no longer those sexy 20-year-olds we remember. They're like 50 and... Keanu, honey, wear a beard, okay? You look better than that. And Alex Winter, you can do better. Why did you direct this movie? I know your sense of humor. I've seen Freaked. It's a fun movie. You could have directed this. But no, you gotta direct your live-action Ben 10 movies. And your Smosh movie as well. Sorry, slight tangent. My other problem is it relies too heavy on the green screen. In the last two movies, they were more or less practical effects, and I loved the design they had in Bogus Journey. It was very German type of cinema, you know, with crazy designs in the background, almost like the cabinet of Dr. Caligari. The rest was fine. The problem I had with this movie is I couldn't fully enjoy it because I had to watch it on TV. It kind of had that, like, straight-to-video feel, even though it was meant to be in the movies. It just kind of hampered it. It would have been more enjoyable if I saw it at theaters in a room with other people enjoying it like me. But thanks to a bat, we have to take what we can get. I didn't think I would enjoy this movie. Tony said I would. I said no, but he was right. I did enjoy it ultimately. It was different, but the other two movies were different too. So Tony was right. Tony, don't look smug. It makes you look 10 pounds heavier. Yes, ultimately, at the end of the story, blah blah blah, I loved it. It was good. I was a little tired, admittedly, when I first saw it, and I had like this slight doubtful opinion, but I ended up liking it more and more I thought about it. It serves well. It fits in nicely with the other movies, so well done. And I think it could stop at the third movie. I don't think it needs to go any further. Anyways, I did my first apology video, and I closed off the Bill and Ted trilogy review. Yeah, I'm dealing with a lot of mess with the first Bill and Ted movie review. You can always catch that on Facebook under Anthonix Maximus's page. I'm Addison Von Drake. Be excellent to each other. Hi, I'm Addison Von Drake. You're welcome. Thanks for watching the recent video here. Be sure to like, subscribe, and also ring that bell to be notified. And while you're at it, tug, turn your head and cough, and you'll be finding out about some other videos coming very soon. Until then, check out my videos, and if you must, check out Anthonix Maximus's videos.